gotten all distorted. But what they meant to say was not reported. Before the torches come to town, we gonna burn this fort down.
Welcome back, Fort Worth, to the new summer edition of FORTitude. I'm your host, JW Wilson, with my co-host, Brinton Payne.
Hello.
We are here, Brinton, on the cutting edge, the eve of the 2021 Summer Olympics.
And something I think you really appreciate the Olympics, right? You really like them?
I do. Go ahead. Tell people how I talk bad about the Olympics. That's not actually true, but there's a
Really?
few
Because it sounded true when it was coming out of your mouth last week when you were talking badly about it. I'm sure our guest really appreciated who was in the Olympics.
The guest, who are we talking about, the guest you're speaking of?
Our special guest who's here today.
We have the greatness of Mike Miles in studio today.
Thank you for being here, Mike.
Before we talk to Mike, we're going to talk about the Olympics for a second here. The Olympics, Brinton, have a few new sports in stock for them. A couple of the you'll appreciate: karate, baseball, skateboarding, sports climbing. I assume that's climbing rocks and walls and things of that nature. And probably your favorite, surfing.
Yes. And you know, surfing and martial arts go hand in hand. A lot of the same guys who do jiu-jitsu and stuff do surfing.
A couple of fun facts before we get to our special guest. Japan, as a country, has more pets than children. I thought that was kind of funny. Is that
What's
funny?
the average pet per household?
Yes, that's correct. Moving on. Vending machines in Tokyo sell everything you could possibly imagine, from food to sex toys. I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you ever go over there, you're in luck because all the things you might need.
That is getting
available.
awkward. We just met Mike Miles. Come on,
this
man.
This is a fact. I'm just stating the obvious facts.
Yes.
The medals in these games, the gold medal, silver, we all have a couple of those. At least one of our guests has one of those. We'll talk about that in a second. But the medals in these games contain parts of old electronics. This is a Japanese effort to make the games more sustainable.
I agree.
So the Japanese citizens have donated their devices to the Olympic Committee, and part of those devices were shredded, I assume, and put into the gold medals and and the bronze and silver medals. Interesting, huh?
Mike, you're going to go ahead and leave your cell phone with us. We're going to melt it down for the
right.
Big 12 trophy this year.
And probably the most interesting fact that we could all agree here, and if you don't agree, please tell me why you don't agree. But this has been a pretty rampant rumor recently, but the bedding for the Olympic athletes, it's made of cardboard with polyethylene mattresses.
I thought you meant betting like gambling.
No, like bedding, like what you sleep in.
Yes.
Bedding with a D,
yes,
not a T. The bedding for these athletes, there's 18,000 of these beds created, but they're made out of cardboard. The rumor's been going crazy that these beds were built in this fashion to hold up to 440 pounds because they were trying to prevent the Olympic athletes from having some kind of sort of relationship together in the Olympic quarters.
We hear about it at the Olympic Village all the time.
I'm here to tell you, Brinton and Mike, that rumor is not true.
Oh, good.
The beds were made in this fashion because they wanted to recycle them and reuse them, repurpose them after the game. So that's a lot of beds to put together for an event that lasts 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks. And they want to be able to use them again in another fashion. So it wasn't for the reason everybody's talking about. That's all I got for the Olympics as far as facts. Now, remember, why don't we talk to a real Olympic athlete here in the studio with us today?
All right.
So, Mike Miles, TCU's point guard, welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, good.
It's an honor to have you on the program. We know a lot about you. One of us on the show is a big TCU Frog fan.
Okay.
Another guy might have known a little bit or two or thing about soccer. So you'll figure out who that might be here shortly.
I don't really even know that much about that. Sports is not my bag, So no offense here, Mike, but
okay.
This is more JW show, this one.
All right, well, let me tell you a little bit about Mike before we start asking him some hard questions. But Mike, as we sit today, is 18 years old, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mike is either 6'2" or 5'11", depending on which internet site you look at.
What are you looking at?
I know. How tall are you actually?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". Okay, I saw a couple write-ups or maybe some stats that's called you 5'11". So
yeah, nah, I ain't been 5'11" since high school.
Yeah, you look 6'2" in my book. So he's currently point guard for TCU. He just finished his freshman year. He went to high school in Lancaster, right outside of Dallas, where he made a big name for himself. When he was in fourth grade, he was on a team called the Texas Titans, Brinton, on the AAU team. They made a videotape of his highlights. In this videotape, tell me when I'm telling lies, Mike. I'm trying to be as honest and from what I can research. But his videotape went viral Yahoo Sports dubbed him the elementary Allen Iverson. Is this true?
Yeah, it is.
And I'll tell you, I watched the highlight tape. It's pretty solid, man. I can't believe that was that. That video looks fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
what made you decide to do that? Were you just like, I got to get my stuff out there?
I actually didn't do it. Basketball website did it.
Oh,
and
okay.
My game recorded it and posted it, and it went viral.
How quickly did it go viral? Were you, our stuff went viral about a year after we started.
We'll tell you when it goes viral.
Yeah.
It didn't take that long. It took like a month for it to get 1 million views, I think. Then it just kept going up eventually.
Oh, very good.
It was pretty cool. That was a really neat piece of your story.
Thank you.
His senior year at Lancaster, he averaged 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals per game. He led his team to 36-1 record. Does that one loss, was that the state championship?
No, we actually didn't play state because of COVID.
COVID canceled your
man.
season.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
down there to state to play the game, and they canceled it before we could play.
The actual state championship was canceled?
Yeah, the whole tournament. We had to play
Oh,
2
wow.
games. And
Okay.
they
But you
canceled
got
it.
down there prepared to play, and then they
Mhm.
canceled it?
Yeah,
Oh.
we was on our way to the gym to warm up, and they told everyone it was canceled.
How did that news go across? I mean, obviously disappointing, but how did you guys handle that?
Everybody was sad.
Yeah.
We had to pack everything up the next night and go back home. So we thought eventually they was gonna let us play, but it never happened. So
Wow.
it was disappointing.
Who was that one loss to that year?
Prolific Prep.
Where they out of?
California.
Oh, no kidding?
Were they
Yeah.
just better than you, or did you guys play poorly?
They were a prep school, so I'd say they were a little bit better than us. They
Really?
had Jalen Green,
Oh, nice.
yeah, and
Okay.
a couple other players. So they definitely had the better players.
Right.
So,
Very
yeah.
good.
Can you go directly from high school to NBA?
You can. I mean,
Does any of
it's
those
very,
guys that
very,
you were
very
playing
rare,
with,
but-
or anyone?
I don't think you can anymore.
Oh, they got to put it. You got to go to college for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mike, ask Brinton he's ever heard of Kobe Bryant.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah, I have.
A couple
Okay,
other guys,
that's
LeBron
good.
James, you might have heard of him. He's done it as well. So
I'm more of an older school mentality, kind of the Larry Bird era.
yes,
You know,
he
that
did.
type
He
of
did
thing.
not do it actually. He's Indiana State, but yeah. Anywho, he got to college at TCU.
Mhm.
Heavily recruited.
Yeah.
You chose TCU. What made you choose TCU?
It was simple. It was close to home. I committed before COVID, so I thought I'd have my entire family to come to the games. But it was eventually just because of COVID. It was my mom and a couple other people. But
Nice.
it was still the same reason, the main reason. It was close. And I trusted Coach Dixon. And I've known Coach Benford since I was in elementary.
Nice.
So it was an easy decision for me.
I think you made a wise decision.
When did that come
Thank you.
about? Was it your senior year when or it was pre-COVID? So
It was my senior year in December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I committed. That's when I committed in
Yep.
December.
Did you get other offers from other places?
I'd say I had a.
I mean, you
Couple
guess I guess
offers.
you can't talk about. I don't know if
No,
there's
you can
rules
talk-
around
no,
that.
you
Yeah,
can.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can talk about that.
I had a few offers.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, Auburn,
LSU. Yeah.
LSU, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple other schools. So
Yeah.
I had some options, but I chose the right school for me.
There's no
Good.
secrets on this show, Brent.
Well, I just didn't know if there's like something that
Remember
says
that night back in high school?
that you can't. We're gonna have to stop and re-record if you keep that up.
As a freshman, Mike averaged 13 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.1 assists, which is awesome. Earned him on the all freshman team, Big 12 all freshman team. So he's got a really, really bright future. He just participated in the FIBA Under-19 World Cup, which is basically the Junior Olympics. Yes,
Yes, it is.
and you played where?
In Riga, Latvia.
Riga, Latvia.
Yeah,
Yes.
wherever that is. It's like they said it was close to Russia, so whatever.
Cardboard
Yes,
beds as well there?
No.
Okay.
We had regular
So
hotel
we
beds.
want to delve into that because that's really cool, and it just
Okay.
happened. So we're big fans of Coach Dixon. We consider him
Mhm.
a friend, and we're going to get him on the show one day when he's not busy,
Yeah.
which is hard. But you won the gold medal
Yes.
at these Junior Olympic Games.
Mhm.
You averaged 9 points a game, 3.9 assists, and 3.5 rebounds a game.
Mhm.
Huge. What is it like? What was the experience like? Can you take us through that adventure?
It was different. The basketball part was different down there. It's rougher. They don't call as many fouls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the refs. I'd say they was cheating. They were cheating us, but it was just that's how they said it was down there before we even got there. So
Similar to when Rocky went and fought Ivan Drago over in Russia. Are you even of that? Do you
It
know what I'm
probably
talking
wasn't-
about?
Now, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I watched Rocky, but I don't think it was that bad. But it was bad for us. And,
Yeah.
Besides the basketball part, we were in a bubble, so we was just stuck in a hotel. Nothing to do besides play.
Mm-hmm.
and,
They
go back to
didn't
the
give you like
hotel.
a per diem to go out there and party in Latvia?
Nah.
Riga? Yeah.
We couldn't even walk outside the hotel, so it was just hotel, go play, and go back to the hotel and go to sleep. So it was hard. It was a long 2 weeks, but it was worth it for the gold medal.
The whole experience was 2 weeks long. Wow.
Did you have to play with other players? So you had to meet them and get acclimated to those guys, and was that difficult?
Before they announced the team, we had a week-long training camp. Like before they cut the team, it was like 27 total people. Then they cut it to 12. So yeah, I met everybody. I really already knew everyone. Yeah, really. But I got a bond with those players, and
so it's good.
Yeah. It was fun.
All those players, are they in college currently?
Some of them are going to college. They're going to be in their freshman year.
Okay.
You going to play against any of them?
No. Well, Adam Miller, he goes to LSU. We play LSU this year.
Okay.
So
oh, okay.
He's probably the only one I'll play.
That'll be good.
Year.
So is it safe to say you got along with everybody? You seem like a really low-key, easygoing guy. Everybody got along well.
Yeah, everybody got along well. It was fun. We all related to each other, and we just, we didn't really have no choice. We was stuck with each other for 2 weeks. So,
yeah.
It was fun, though.
Has anybody taken the medal and to a jewelry store to see if it was made of recycled materials, similar to the Japanese medal?
No, we didn't even hear that. So,
Where is your gold medal?
He's not telling.
No, I don't have it with me, but it's at my room.
I wish we had asked you to bring it, but that'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Is it amazing to look at? Obviously.
Yeah, it is. For the first night, I couldn't. I didn't take it off, but I got back and I gave it to my mom. But she gave it back to me.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. So the plane flight over there, I can't imagine how long that might be. But are you just trying to get some sleep, watch movies, read a book, whatever?
The flight was 10 hours.
10 hours.
We flew from here to Germany. You could sleep a little bit, but you can't sleep the whole 10 hours. So I was just up watching movies. Then I eventually fall asleep. But we actually got stuck in Germany for one night.
Oh, wow.
Due to weather? Or
we had missed our next flight to get to Latvia. So we had to stay in Germany for a night, and no one really spoke English.
Oh, man.
And we had to stay in a hotel where the elevator was like, only one person could fit in there. So
no kidding?
Yeah, it was a bad start.
Sometimes when I'm talking sports, I feel like Brinton doesn't speak English either. So I understand a little bit what you're going through.
I do understand scary elevators, though, and I'm not a fan.
What about crowds over there? They allow people in the stadiums to see you guys?
Yeah, they told us a day before we could play that they'll allow fans. So my mom was supposed to come, but she thought they weren't letting people in. But they eventually told us on the last day that it was fans, though.
Did you guys have fans? Did the U.S. team have fans?
Yeah, we had some fans. A couple players' parents came. So, yeah, we had some fans.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What was your overall feelings about how that whole – aside from winning the gold medal, was it just a life-changing experience for you?
It was something I feel like I needed to experience. It was different for me. That was my first time out the country.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So it probably wasn't the best place to go for my first time, but it was fun. It was definitely an experience I needed, and I'm glad I made it.
Do you think maybe you'll take a summer trip to Latvia in the future down the road when you're married with kids?
No.
Take kids there and show them where it all went down?
I'm definitely never going back to Latvia.
Fair enough. Well, getting to you more as a player, so I got the privilege to watch you play last year quite a bit.
He kept saying he was going to give me tickets to the TCU games, but he never did. So
wow.
Well, I gave him tickets to the equestrian team, which is pretty good. So he didn't know the difference. So he would show up at the wrong place. So, as a player, you're a point guard. Your strengths, I would say, and I was going to ask you what you think your strengths are, but you're a quick slashing type point guard. Go to the hole real fast. Yeah, your range is pretty much all over the place. You can shoot from anywhere. That is safe to say.
Yeah.
What in your mind? What are you best at on the court?
My best attribute I feel like is my basketball IQ.
Okay.
I'm good at offense, like really, really, really good. But my best attribute is definitely my IQ. I just know like how to play basketball is the best way to put it, honestly.
Where do you think you learned that? Some of it's natural, obviously, but was there a particular coach or there was something that happened that really kind of...
Yeah, I feel like my fourth grade coach when the VAR video came out, I had a coach, his name was Coach Scott. He taught me how to actually be a point guard because before then I'll just shoot every time I got the ball. But he actually taught me, like, he got my IQ better and really taught me how to play basketball.
Yeah.
Can we shout out to Coach Scott? What's Coach Scott's name?
Scott Pospicle. I messed
up
his last name. Popsicle.
Yes,
popsicle.
No, I just guessed that because the popsicle is something I enjoy on a hot day.
Yeah.
Just to eat one.
But definitely,
anyway, getting back to the show.
Yeah.
So one of the questions, you kind of answered that a little bit, but what kind of hard work has gone into becoming Mike Miles? Obviously, the video in fourth grade, You're better in fourth grade than most human beings are ever,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. This little kid, I mean, I looked at the video and look at you now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too long ago, but you were exceptional, and your dribbling abilities on that video were remarkable.
Right.
What's gone into making Mike Miles? I mean, we know you work hard, but what does it take? What has it been like to become you?
It's been kind of crazy, Out of fourth grade video, I think I was 8 or 9, so I was basically kind of a celebrity at a young age, and everybody knew me. I would walk into a gym, everybody would take pictures with me, and so as being that young, I don't really like a lot of attention, so it was kind of, I really didn't know how to deal with it, but I got better with it as I'm older now, but. It took a lot, just stay grounded, surrounding myself with the right people, and surrounding myself with love. And, every day isn't easy.
You don't like attention, you said.
Nah, I don't really. Not really.
Boy, guess who does? He's sitting to my left over here.
I have trouble staying grounded like that. We got a lot of attention on the podcast, just the immediate success of this thing. All 5 listeners have just blown up. We get fan mail.
That's right.
I don't know if you had 5 people even, Mike. I'm totally kidding you, man.
You might be hearing from both of our mothers. They're our best. They're our top listeners. So we have a few more than that, I think. But anyway, let's talk about Coach Dixon real quick. You chose TCU. He's part of the reason. What do you like about Coach Dixon the most?
I feel like off the court he's really cool. Of course, on the court he yells, everything all coaches do. But off the court, he listens. Anytime you want to meet with him, you can call him, go to his office, he'll talk to you and try to understand you. And he doesn't like sugarcoat anything. If you meet with him and tell you how you feel, he's going to tell you like exactly what you need to hear, and that's, you can always respect that in someone. So that's the best thing about him.
Should we ask him a hard question, Brinton?
Well, I'll just ask him. So it's not been a real big adjustment coming from has it been good experience at TCU and with just kind of all things, the academics and the athletics and everything? You've enjoyed it. It's been a good run for you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my time at TCU.
Yeah.
Everyone is nice, and basically everyone knows me on campus. So it's kind of anywhere I go, everyone says, "What's up, Mike?" So, it's been fun. I feel like COVID I didn't get the full experience, obviously. But I feel like this year it'll be even better.
Yeah, your freshman year wasn't really a normal freshman year because your first year in college is COVID, and obviously that's not the normal way it goes. But we hope that it proves down the road. The hard question I want him to ask you was, since you like these things about Coach Dixon, what's your least favorite thing about Coach Dixon? I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that. But, your parents.
We have a bleep button, Mike, if you want us to use it. You just okay, there, said it.
You mentioned your mom, dad as well.
Mm-hmm.
How are they instrumental in your athletic career?
Well, that goes back to what I said about surrounding myself with the right people. They're always with me everywhere I go, every game, every practice. They're on here right now, but if they would have knew about it, they would have been here with me. But they just like Dixon. They always tell me what I need to hear. If I have a good game, they're gonna tell me what I did wrong. Because they always want me to get better. So they help me with everything. I can call them and ask them about anything, any help I need. So I love them for sure.
Are they in Lancaster?
They live in Lancaster, yes.
Very nice.
You go home very often? Nah.
I go home a lot.
You do?
Yeah. As much as I can.
Laundry?
Yeah. Yeah, if I need it.
Home cooking?
That's the best thing.
No doubt. So last year we wouldn't be able to ask you this question, but now there's a little thing called the NIL. Is it a safe question to ask you? Have you been approached by anybody? We know this NIL is the new legislation allows college athletes to be paid for certain things within limits. There's rules, but this is a new thing that just happened now since I think June or July, maybe it just transpired. Have you been approached yet, or is anybody looking at you?
I've been approached by a couple companies. You don't
have to name names, but if we're wondering what that feels like.
Yeah, it feels good. I don't talk to them directly. They kind of all go through my mom. My mom handles most of that. So it's been more than a couple. It's actually been a lot, actually. But I'm looking forward to all the opportunities I'm getting. Very
good. That's exciting for a young guy to have that opportunity. We've read some stuff, or at least I've read some stuff. There seems to be a consensus, or at least a group of people that believe that could be a dividing line in the locker room from the guys like you that get some offers and the guys that don't. Do you guys have meetings about that and how to best approach that, or is it just like is it kind of left up to you guys to do whatever? Does Coach Dixon step in and say, hey, we need to be careful about this. If you have something, let's be upfront and honest and not keep it all to our – is there a thing like that going on?
We've actually had a couple guest speakers to talk to us about the rules and everything. We actually have one tomorrow too. So, it's been good. Everyone is learning what they can and can't do.
Can you share a little bit about what can and can't be done if that's safe? I mean,
I know the main thing is that I forgot, Steve, is that we can't use like our TCU logos and like advertising, I think. Something like that. Yeah, so that's probably
you can't use the school as a promotional piece.
Yeah,
it's got to be about you as the person, right?
Yeah. So that was the main thing I remember from the meetings.
Is there a number or limit they can pay you? Can they pay you $1 billion, or is there a limit to that?
I don't think there's a limit.
No limit. Okay. Yeah. Is there? I guess you can't endorse alcohol and things of that nature.
Right.
I'm sure of that. I can only guess. But anything else? Is it wide open? Just as long as it's not some kind of seedy business.
Yeah, basically, you can't promote like stuff like that, like you said.
Right.
But I think pretty much, like schools have their own rules. So like, if schools say this is against like what we do, then you can't do it. But it's pretty different everywhere. But there are some type of rules like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So my partner partakes in a little bit of a Grateful Dead cover band. Are you familiar with Grateful Dead?
No.
Okay, well, that's probably good. But if he were to ask you to come step in and sing or play, and that you could do that if you
we have tight alliances with a cardboard mattress company who's been putting us on the road for some time. So we'll get you introduced to those guys. They're very comfortable, only if you're sleeping on them.
All right. So far in your life, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you that you can share? Anything off the wall that's worth mentioning?
Latvia Airport.
That was definitely crazy.
If you don't want to answer that, just wink at me right now.
I can answer it.
Something in your eye. Wait, is there something in your eye?
Nah. Getting stuck in Germany is definitely one of them.
Okay.
Because that's not something that just happens to everyone.
Surely.
So probably that, or when I was younger, I broke my shin.
Oh,
so
really?
Probably.
How?
I was playing football. It was like 6th grade. I was playing football outside, and someone tackled me and like sat on it, and it snapped.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's not nice. But
yeah.
Was it padded football, or you're just kind of playing around in the neighborhood?
Playing
football?
outside. We was actually at school. It was school, and we was playing like recess, and we was outside, and he sat on it after he tackled.
Did he purposely sit on it, or no? It was just like kind of tackle, kind of happened.
I don't think he did it on purpose. He kind of just tackled me and fell on it a little bit. But he was a bigger dude, so it kind of like so it snapped.
It doesn't get in trouble now, does it?
Nah, he can't.
Oh, good.
You haven't seen him dribble to his left, huh? That's you can tell. I'm kidding.
Oh, I'll ask. Okay, when the season comes up for basketball, who TCU has obviously its own rivals. Who's your team that you're like, I really would like to beat this team, and for what reason?
Probably Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer.
Yeah, just because they won national championship last year, and even though they don't have most of the same players, I feel like that's definitely one team I like to beat this year.
Great.
Outstanding answer. You've had some pretty cool moments in your life. Aside from you're not married, we know that you don't have kids. What's the best day of your whole life? It could be your gold medal. I mean, that's pretty special.
Yeah, that's probably the gold medal, or making it to state, because like 2 years before I made the state, I had lost on buzzer beaters. The 2 years before I actually made it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so either to getting the gold medal or that, even though we didn't get to play the state championship, it was still good to finally get down there after losing on 2 buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
Any hobbies for Mike Miles?
I eat and play games.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's favorite food?
Wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Favorite wing place?
Wingstop.
Seriously?
Right.
You been to Buffalo Brothers downtown?
I have.
It's pretty good.
It's good. Yeah.
On Wednesdays, they got a great special.
What do you love about Fort Worth?
Wingstop.
Besides TCU,
various locations.
Besides Wingstop and TCU, what do you love about this town?
There's a lot of stuff to do out here.
Yeah.
Even though it was COVID for a long time, but there's still a lot of stuff to do. A lot of places to hang out, meet people, and just get to know people.
Very good.
All right.
Well, you seem like a great dude. We appreciate your time here on the show. Is there anything else you want to share with us that's just news breaking? Please throw it out. But
nope, I'm good.
Very good. We look forward to next year. Wish you very much luck, and thanks for being part of the show, Mike.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Greatness
Mike.
of Mike Miles.
We gonna burn it down.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go listen to FORTitude.